friend, welcome back. If you have watched any of the other videos, you know that we cook mostly from scratch here, and not all, but mostly. And when you do that, there are definitely some things that are necessary to keep stocked, just to keep things running smoothly and not have too many hiccups. So that's what I'm going to be doing today, is kind of restocking the things that we need. And we're going to start off with some butter. So this is something that I've more recently started to have to keep stocked, of course, now that we have a dairy cow. And it is very important for cooking from scratch. So it's probably going to be a smaller batch today, but I'm just going to skim some cream and we'll get that whipping and going. We are calf sharing, and the consensus usually seems to be that you get less cream when you are calf sharing for whatever reason. So we're still getting a good amount, thankfully, since she's a Jersey. But once we start splitting them up, maybe we'll get some more, which means more butter, which means more butter and ice cream and all the amazing things. Another necessary thing to have on hand is yogurt. I was doing this before we had our own cow, but we love homemade yogurt, and it always serves as a very quick breakfast if we need something. Okay. The girls love it, and well, it's really good for us. So I actually heated this up last night, added the yogurt culture, and it sat overnight, and then I have had it straining. It's actually been straining probably longer than it needs. It takes me a little while to get to it, so a lot of times I have to add way back in. But we will see.
You know your name.
So it's not as smooth as we want it. You could probably get a really smooth yogurt depending on your process. I almost always just use an immersion blender just because it gets it really, really nice and creamy. So I don't even worry about it.
Is it good? That's a funny noise.
Getting nice and creamy. Now we strain it because we like more of a Greek yogurt, and this is actually about perfect. And I usually keep about half just plain, so we can use it like in places of like sour cream or just however we want. And then half I'll sweeten with maple syrup and vanilla. For the time being, this is what we do. So I normally get just about 2 quarts, sometimes a little bit under, with 1 gallon of milk. So I will label this.
Can I play marker? That's mine.
Okay.
Mine.
And now we will have a quick breakfast option. Sometimes we also use it as like a sweet treat by putting some peanut butter in it or something like that, but we really love having it on hand. Another staple that we like to have on hand is some sort of bread. And recently, I have not actually been quite as good with this one, and it has been noticeable. There have been times where it's like, man, it'd be really, really easy to just have a piece of bread as a side or have it as breakfast. And so that's been noticeable. So I'm working on getting a little bit better back at that. And it's because in the past, I've always had just sourdough bread, basically all the time. And I love sourdough bread. And I just haven't quite got it how I want to turn out yet with fresh milled flour. I just need to keep experimenting with it. And I'm not using just fresh milled flour exclusively, but I have been trying to start using that more than just the all-purpose. And so I'm going to do a no-knead fresh milled bread. It's going to rise over 12 to 18 hours. And hopefully we'll kind of get more of that sourdough, like crusty outside, but we'll see how it is. But so we're going to get the flour, we're going to get the wheat berries milled, and then basically just throw everything together and leave it sit. So it should be really easy. So 2 teaspoons salt. The yeast in there. And water. Just gonna mix it up just a little bit, and that's everything. So I'm just gonna cover it, and I will worry about it tomorrow. Another thing that helps keep things going smoothly, where we make things mostly from scratch, is having some good snack options. Sometimes that's just fruit and cheese, so it doesn't have to be anything complicated at all. But we have an excess amount of eggs right now. Our layer chickens that we got in the spring are all now laying, and so we have a lot of eggs coming in. So I'm going to make some pudding, which is a great snack, and I will also probably make some hard-boiled eggs, although I might not show that, but it's another great option to have on hand if you have a lot of eggs. But kids love pudding, I love pudding, and it's also, I'm gonna attempt to freeze some in little cups for my husband to take to work, and we'll see how that works. But we have made homemade pudding popsicles before. I don't know how the texture will be after they thaw, but either way, we're gonna have some pudding on hand for at least this week. A lot of my pots are full right now. So this is the one I have, and I'm not sure if it's gonna fit as well as I am hoping. But I am almost basically out of sucanat sugar, which I use instead of brown sugar, so I'm just gonna use all of this cane sugar instead. But I will have it in the recipe to use brown sugar. And I'm actually making chocolate pudding too. I'm not sure if I mentioned that. Oh, we have a double. Look at that. 2 yolks. I do not think that is all going to fit in this pot.
What is not?
All of that stuff. Now, one of my favorite things about making pudding is having warm pudding right after it is made. It is my favorite, actually. That's probably how I prefer pudding. So we are gonna have a little bit. It's a little snack right now. Well, I hope this video gave you a little bit of an insight on things we like to keep on hand and stocked, and also what we do when we have an abundance of certain ingredients during different seasons. So thank you for being here and for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, friends.